Yo, morning YouTube. It's the man again, Walker. Walker's Waves, Walker's Way Training. This morning, we're going over a video about oils. Now, why are oils important? And why are they taking over in the wave game? Well, let me tell you something. If you have I'm talking to my coarse hair wavers or thick hair, aka nappy hair wavers. Oil helps to define our curls, okay? Which is very important for waves, especially if you're trying to enter the swirl game or you're trying to swirl your crown area. It's very important for your hair to be manageable and nourished, okay? The grease is just going to lay our hair down. So if we're trying to grow our hair out to cover up some bald spots, we need to make sure that our hair is manageable to flow into the pattern that you want it to flow to. You don't want to waste hours brushing for nothing because there's so much grease built up on our hair that it's not getting manageable, okay? And I've seen it happen because I was doing it. I did it for like 2 months. I'm telling you, you can't not get a good brush session with grease. You can't. It's not going to happen. I'm not saying that grease is bad. I'm not backlashing against grease. Grease is good. Grease does our hair good when it's needed. But if we're trying to grow a swirl crown, if we're not happy with our waves, we need to set the grease down and pick up some oil. Okay? I don't care if it's vegetable oil. Okay? This vegetable oil has more nutrients than any 360 wave grease or anything that you can get off the market as far as pomade. Because this has a healthy benefit to our scalp. Okay? And just like with the body, hair and body flows together, okay? What you give your body, you're going to get out of your body, okay? So when we take vitamins, we just don't take vitamin A. We just don't take a lot of vitamin C. We take a multivitamin. We need lots of vitamins, okay? That's why it's good to have different sources of oil, okay? This is aloe vera oil, aloe. And then we have some extra virgin olive oil, okay? All this stuff is different nutrients for our scalp to help our hair grow and be more defined. And then what I mean by growing is that we want to grow more manageable hair. We don't want to grow more nappy hair. We want to grow our hair to where we have flow of a rope, and these oils will help your hair grow from the scalp and flow instead of just growing and producing more fizz and wear and tear. Okay? Now, how do we put in the oil? We're not just going to put it in, you know. There's a way to do it that can really help our scalp take all the nutrients from the oil. And the one thing that you want to do is that you want to heat it up. Okay? So we have some different oils here. We're going to mix up the extra virgin olive oil. We're going to mix this with some aloe. We're going to put it in one bottle. Okay, we're going to put this bottle inside the pot. We're going to let that heat up for about 5-10 minutes, depending on how. You don't want it too hot now. We don't want to burn our scalp, but we do want it warm. Now, why do we want this warm? Well, I'll tell you about that. Remember this hot towel method? You know, where you get the hot rag, you wet it, you have hot water on top of your hair, and then you put the grease on it to really lay it down. That's a true and tried method. Why is that true? Well, the heat opens up our pores, okay? All right? I learned this from another waver, and it's very true. Heat opens up our hair pores. So you don't want to put in chemicals on your hair if your pores are closed up, because that's not really going to do anything for your hair as far as it would if your pores are opened up. So we want to make sure that when we put this oil in, it's warm so that it seeps through down the thickest, blackest hair, the thickest, longest woof that you have ever done. You know, it'll go down and hit our scalp so that the bottom hair that's growing still can become more manageable, and you go from woofing to 13, 14 weeks, and it seems like you've only been woofing for 5 or 6 because your hair is so laid down without using grease. And that's the key goal. You don't want to use grease. You want to use it for, you don't have time to brush that day, or we're going out to an event, or we're in school, you know, stuff like that. If you don't need grease, if you have the time, mess with some oil while our hair grows. We get a good haircut, then go back to grease for a little bit. Once we start to grow our hair out, put the grease away, pick up some oil, so we have better hair growth that's going to come from each and every woof and cut that you do. So once we get this, we're getting this heated up, we're going to go ahead and start the brush video tutorial, and I'm going to show you what you should do and how to start swirling your crown. Make sure to stay tuned. Support the page, please. Follow me on Instagram at Walker's Waves. Like and comment. Stay wavy. Don't wait till 2018 to start your goal. Start now. Walker's Way.